Chasing twilight on and on, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a sharpshooter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dawn. Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me, that's where I found an empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need that mask. I'm a sharpshooter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide. I can't tell you how to see me, just a cage of bones. There's nothing inside. Will it unleash me, burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a sharpshooter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise. Never, and I've got to make my decision. This time it could be my moment. Is this a mirage or a chance to fulfill my mission? A river in a dry land, the land is in a lost land. A heartbeat for demon, the voices of greed and fear. Yeah. Don't ask if I'm ready, but I'm ready to take them down now. The time for a new start is constantly drawing nearer. A river in a dry land, the love is in a lost head. When the hope of new beginnings burned our feet, now we needed a heartbeat for demon. Always this in a siege land. Remind us from here, for creating new life, creating rivers in the desert. When a cool drop of water I need, gotta clear my head of anger and greed. A place to refresh heart and mind. Can I find some time? And rivers and dry land, the last days in a lost head. When the hope of new beginnings burned our feet, now we needed a heartbeat for demon. Always this in a siege land. Remind
Hello friends, how are you today? We are going to be getting ready for our stream here. And I'll go ahead and mute that. Oop. That's why we do sound checks like that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. What we're going to do is go ahead and restart the stream. You stay tuned, we're going to be right back. We're going to get right into the curse of Strahd. Make sure you adjust the volume of the music if it's too loud in the game. Well, I will say this. Twitch decided that it wanted to BRB instead of actually cutting off. Thanks, Twitch. You're a big help. Anyway, welcome to Chaotic Calling presents Curse of Strahd. We are joined by some brave adventurers here today as they enter the mist either by their own volitions or guided by the mist itself. We have with us today Doran Rakenfire.
Hello, everyone.
Murdoch Oakenshield.
Greeting.
Ravos Draviticus.
Hello.
And running a little late, Julia will be with us shortly. And then we have a newcomer to be announced, but he goes by the name Baywin. Feel free to say hello.
Hello, everyone.
All right. So we'll introduce him a little bit later, but the group manages to take back the winery and take back some wine and break one of the barrels in the back of the wagon. We had a whole bunch of badgers all over the place. We had a hard time reaching Dravos as he took a slide down to the bottom of the basement. But in the end, it doesn't even matter because of the wine barrels being broken. The old man comes over to ask what happened. He has a little talk with his pets. And then he just flat out accuses you, why did you break my barrel? As the crows or the ravens up in the raven's nest have been seemingly snitching you guys out. And so we join our previously set scenario. So what are you going to do to make up for tearing up my barrel?
Murdoch made up for whatever you accuse him of simply by ridding this place of something you could not.
Sure you did that. Not alone, and I'm sure your allies over here will confide, but why did you break my barrel? You do realize I run a business, right?
There were several barrels that were broken.
Yes.
That one.
And that one was
I think
broken
we threw
by...
a druid on a barrel.
Indeed, and I jumped on one and smashed it as well.
Exactly. The second part of your sentence is the problem I'm having. That was valuable resources. Look. And he like comes over and he's trying to like just grab you by the shoulder and kind of like guide you. Do you allow it?
Sure.
So he kind of like pulls you by the shoulder and he points to the grapevine vineyards and he says, "Look at that. Most of those vines are withering. We don't even have the resources to replant all this. And here, all the valuable wine that we have left, and you're going to go and break a barrel. Do you realize how much the people of Barovia rely on this?" "No, I didn't think so."
I mean, in Murdoch's experience, perhaps you get something better than wine.
"This is the only thing we can grow here. And now, we're probably not even going to be able to grow that."
The real question here should be, why did the druids attack you and your vineyard?
Oh, now you ask the hard questions.
Is the price.
Okay. You say so.
The price is right.
If the price is right. Let's play some prices right. Yeah, so this old man's going on his rant a bit. He's like, "That idiot son of mine, why did he even send these people? Should just send them back." But
Murdoch can bring the druids back and the sprites back if you would like. We can do that. I can summon my own sprites and they can have a run at your place, if that is what you would like.
What do you like? Do you like causing
Murdoch likes
chaos
ale.
just like them? Well, if Murdoch likes ale, then he should go find him a place to get ale. We have wine here that needs to be delivered. And you lot seem capable as you are. Would you, and he like sees himself saying this, help take with these 2 barrels that you have spared back to Vallaki to my idiot son?
I will do so. I will make sure that they get there undamaged personally.
Murdoch will continue to lounge on his badgers.
I mean, that is true. What is the current command for your badgers, by the way?
They are a very comfortable. 2 of them are on like standing up, and the other 2 are kind of like laying down. So it's very like much like a hammock, a badger hammock, if you will.
Here, we're gonna move you out of there, Doran. Put you up here with the rest of the people. Alright, I just need to look up something because I need to know what his family... Oh wait, I remember now, I wrote this stuff down somewhere. Wow, Star, you actually did something? Yep. So he goes off to the side and he's like, "Elver, get over here. Adrian, you too." And these 2 boys, or men, one's an elder son, the other one looks a little younger than him, so it's kind of like a teenager looking boy. And he says, "These are going to be the drivers," as he kind of like points to you guys. Or like he's pointing to you guys to them. It's like, "These guys here are going to help you drive this to Vallaki. So make sure you get there with the wine, okay?" And the oldest goes, "Yes, Pa, sure thing." And these 2 boys are fixing to go get the horses out of the stable. And yeah, what all do you want to do while that's happening? He kind of like goes quiet as the boys are tending to the horses.
I think since Dravos said that he would personally see that they didn't get damaged, Dravos would take the driver's seat.
I mean, Doran enjoys a good cart ride, so yeah, he's happy to hop on to the top of the cart of kegs or barrels, and I think he's still got some wine that he's acquired earlier, so he's on for the ride.
All right. So assuming everybody, like you guys got horses too, don't forget.
Yes, I'm also going to call my horse to come help pull.
Sorry about that. I got interrupted.
Oh, you're good.
All right. So basically, we're just gonna load up this carriage, and you guys are good with traveling, then, right?
Yes, I have a question though. Is this a 1-horse carriage or multiple horse?
It's going to be a one-horse carriage for this case.
Of
Besides,
course, seeing as
you
he
still
has a
have your
horse that's
you still have your horses.
Yeah, I was gonna say, seeing as he's gonna have a horse that he's gonna hook up to it, I'm gonna hitch my horse to the back of the wagon so that it still follows with us, even though I'm not riding it.
Right. All right. Anybody else doing anything, or are we good to go?
Grudgingly, Murdoch will mount his horse and have his badgers follow.
And follow they shall. All right. So yeah, the old man just kind of like begrudgingly lets this whole scenario play out, and you eventually start to leave the winery with 2 barrels and a bunch of busted ass barrel pieces in the back, and a big old wine stain. The group continues down the road, and I guess we can go to the overhead map now.
Yes.
Since Dravos has an actual map of the lands.
Yes. And that is the wrong map.
Oh, wonder where this was.
I think that's
I think that's where you're
Okay.
heading. Yeah, I think that's where you're heading.
Yeah, we're taking the wine back to.
Where did the world map go? It's been a while, guys. Oh, oh, there it is. Barovia. There you go. Alright, so we start on our way out from here. This hammer will represent the party. And if there's any conversation you want, as I said before, we have Elver and Adrian riding the carriage. I'm going to put their names
Bran,
here.
Julia, why are you being so quiet?
Mm.
You turn and you don't see Bran anymore.
Oh no.
This happened to our good friend Bran, who we sort of were hanging out with for a bit there. I sure hope he's okay.
I hope he is as well.
He might have gotten
Come
lost
on,
in some
horse.
of them broken barrels that you guys have back there.
Oh well, I'm sure we'll meet other interesting people on our adventures, and everything will seem very similar and fine very soon.
Right.
Of course.
And Dravos is just going to be like, come on, horse, let's go.
Giddy up, pal. Alright, so you guys continue on your little trek back to Valeki. About, let's see here, we'll go a couple miles here, and out in the middle of the road, there seems to be, I don't know, an iron-cladded individual. I believe he's wearing chainmail. Let me double check. Kinda armed.
Whoa, horse. Whoa, easy, easy.
Or I guess the best way to put this, Baywin.
How alive does he look?
We're
We
about to
met a
find out.
guy at a bridge before.
Yes, we have. Alright, so, Baywin, tell us what we're looking at as you're kind of like confused in the middle of the road, not even sure how you got here.
You see, looks to be a humanoid with dark hair, brownish hair, brown eyes, and chainmail, shield, carrying a warhammer. He looks very confused. Like, how did I? He just mumbles to himself, like, "Where am I? Hey, you guys, where am I? Where are we?"
Doran will step forward and be, well, we, like you, have found ourselves in this region of Barovia, I believe it's called. It's mysterious and weird, and people are very strange here. But we have been trying to find our way this place. How did you find yourself here?
I was traveling through some mist, and all of a sudden,
Emergency bathroom break. My wife's going to take over for a second.
Oh, okay.
and I arrived here. Confused. I'm very confused.
It is indeed a very confusing place, and up until recently, very short on wine, which was a big problem. But I think we kind of solved that. They're still a little bit pissed at us. The general gist I'm understanding is that the wine may be more readily available soon, so that's probably a good thing. I am Doran. It's a pleasure to meet you. Who are you?
I am Baywin. I'm glad to meet you. May I join your group?
Absolutely. I'm a bard. I purvey songs and stories, tales, and the occasional spell. What's your specialization in life?
I am a follower of the Morning Lord. So, yes. Have you heard of the
A
Morning
man
Lord?
of God. Yes, of course. The Morning Lord is revered everywhere. Bringer of light, and so on and so forth. Of course, we're all very devout followers of the Morning Lord around here. This is. You think you'll fit right in? Come on, join us.
I don't know. Do we need a deception check there?
I almost feel like maybe, but
Mm.
that's definitely the DM's call.
Nah, I'll let it go however you want.
I think we're lawful good, like chaotic good. We're no per se that we're aware of. So,
Per se.
that we're aware of. Yeah.
Beowulf, was it? The name's Murdoch. Do you have any ale?
No, but if you do, I wouldn't mind having a little.
As my compatriot has told you, they do not have the good stuff. No offense, boys. I will wave towards the human.
None taken.
Do we have any humans? Sorry, what is the race of the Baywin or the?
Not quite human.
Oh,
Okay.
he looks human.
Doran has like little half elf ears you can see poking out of his like hair and stuff, and there's some agony looking guy at the back, and Murdoch obviously is a dwarf. So
Murdoch is also half elf.
Why did I think you were a dwarf?
Because his picture looks like one.
Murdoch is 4.5, almost 5 feet tall, with a long beard. Definitely half elf.
Perfect. That is
Nah, I
it's a
guess that's
standard description of a half elf.
Pleasure.
half elf, half
Pleasure.
dwarf. Is that right? Murdoch, if you would go to the bottom of your chat there and you can change your as to your character name there, and we can change your avatar picture there for everyone to see.
Oh my bad, I thought I already had done
Yep,
that.
no problem. Yeah, we got lost in transit. It's okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I'm also back now.
Hey,
Julia.
Julia starts speaking for herself, and I no longer have to remain silent for her.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Julia, we just met the most interesting person. He's a follower of the Dawn Lord Morning guy. He's into God, but he seems awfully nice, and he wants to join our group.
Oh, how wonderful. And I would love to talk to this wonderful man we hear about.
I don't have a problem with it.
All right.
Easy integration. Now to make them pay for it from the inside out. I mean, okay, are you guys ready?
Sure.
So,
No. All right, so basically you join the group, jump on the carriage. I'm sure there's a free horse that they can offer you or whatever they want to do. And you
You can ride my horse. It's just tied to the back of the carriage.
all right.
Yeah. I'll hop on the horse and ride alongside.
All right. So you guys continue traveling at this point, and feel free to let me know when you want to have conversations, whatever you want to talk about. And we get to a familiar point here where you see the bridge leading off to the left, and then your road that continues to the right. And I just need a
This is
general
just like we're not camping here again.
perception check.
I look at the corpses that are still there.
perception. Okie dokie. It's perceived.
The corpses are no longer there.
I think 18 is the perception.
It's decent.
Julia.
Too busy.
The sky is really pretty today. I just keep taking my eyes off of
Yeah,
it.
you looked at the sun accidentally and blinded your eyes. And...
Try to look around. Oh! Why is my head hurt? Alright, so, oh, Drogos. Okay, there you go. Nice. So, Dravos and Baywin, as you're just kind of like casually looking around and about, you see a trinket of some sort. Something kind of like glitters against the sunlight or not even sunlight, but it's like the dim lighting that is coming through. And it's like there's a bottle or something that's just like on the edge of this bridge. Other than that, the way seems pretty clear. Just that one little object out of place that you get.
Jervo stop the horse and ask Baywin if wait, is Baywin male or female?
He's a guy.
Male.
Okay, so I'll ask him if he would mind grabbing that.
Or he's a
Yeah.
bearded woman. I mean, I guess I shouldn't assume.
No, it's
Bound to
male.
happen.
Okay.
I'll go down there and see if I can
Yeah, you find out.
get the object.
Yeah, as you approach closer, you see a vial, and it's got like pink liquid in it.
Ooh.
Oh, interesting. I've never seen a vial with pink liquid. I'll grab it and take it back to the group.
You can pick up like some kind of scent that's coming off this vial that you just picked up.
Does it seem familiar
Uh,
at all? Like,
it's got like a
I would. We should probably have like. Do we have a druid or a wizard with us? If we do, I'd say have one of them look at it. They might be able to tell more about it than we can.
yeah, absolutely.
Ordok can ritually cast detect magic as we travel.
Alright, so you're gonna keep on going from here, and then eventually cast detect magic on the vial. Fair enough. Anything?
Correct.
Alright, so as he's detecting this magic, is there any other conversations we want to have? Otherwise, I'll keep progressing you guys a bit.
Keep going.
Alright. So after you detect magic, you do not sense anything magical about it. It has a scent to it, like you can barely tell what it smells like, but something about it just has a scent.
What does it smell like?
Sweet lavenders.
That's nice. A little like aromatic oil for your bath at the end of the night.
Kinda sorta, yeah. Or just perfume if you would.
Ordok will share. But
You'll share it? Okay. Or share what you know. Okay,
I would
gotcha.
love to take a look at that.
Yeah, go for it. So yeah, you see a pink vial that has like a little spray nozzle at the top of it, and you can spray it and spray a little perfume if you need it.
You know, just for the hell of it, I definitely, I think, put it on if it smells that good already. Did you hear that?
Yes. So you apply it to yourself, and you guys continue. The scent kind of like lingers through the air. Everybody can kind of like smell it faintly on you or strongly on you, depending upon how much you apply.
So what you're saying is I should have poured the whole thing on my head.
Well, I'm just curious, how strong is it on you? Like, are you one of those people who like purposely spray yourself until nobody can breathe, or?
No, I put it on to make it settle. I don't want to make sure, I give poison damage to anyone.
Alright, cool. As you guys continue for about another mile, you can hear in the distance some howling, a familiar howl of wolves.
nope. Ordok does not wish to fight wolves today.
Oh, not again.
By the
Carlos
way,
is gonna try to speed up the horse.
so you guys are going to try to like move faster and get away from this situation? Is that what I'm hearing?
We're gonna run for it.
Alright, so
Yeah, let's run.
That did not work last time. Perhaps we should just slow, and I will cast Pass Without Trace to allow us to be more stealthy. We shall continue slowly.
Okay.
Oh, really? It just makes it in your, like, you don't have to.
All right. Somebody's got some background noise there.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No problem. All right, so you continue on for a little while longer, and the boys are kind of like a little leery about what's going on around them as they too hear the sounds. But you manage to trot away from that situation, and we get closer and closer to Valaki. All right. I guess I just need to go and see what has been happening since you've last left Valaki. Like right now, it would be like mid-afternoon, I would think, with all that stuff that's been going on.
Ask that too.
Hold on, the traveling itself.
So that would be about like 4 hours.
Yeah, let me think about that for a sec. Yeah, so I would say like 4 p.m. would be about the right time. You guys did all this in the morning. You're coming back into town, and yeah, you're heading towards the Blue Water Inn, right? I mean, you can always change directions. That's up to you, but these are where the boys are heading.
Still bringing the shipment to Valaki, so
Might as well, yes.
All right, just pulling up some info here. Yeah, so once again, like I always preach, is that every time I come into this, like the module here, it's got a lot of material all over the place. So if it takes me a while to find something, I apologize, and I hope you guys can help me keep things going while I look up information to make sure that we got everything in place.
And if you like, since I haven't met Dragos' character yet, a little bit in detail, maybe I could have that conversation with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Dravos would join in on the conversation if y'all don't.
Go for it. I'm just going to say this. Julia is going to approach Dragos and say hello, since, well, he seems like rather be a charming man.
Hi, I'm Baywin. Nice to meet you.
Oh, my name is Julia. Oh, wait, I already said that. Sorry, I'm so nervous. Oh, you just kind of remind me of someone I am with in another city, you know.
Oh yeah? Who is that?
Oh, his name is Turk. He and I have been together since I was researching at the Grand Library.
Grand Library. Where is that located at?
Exquisite.
If I remember correctly, you know, I don't have a name for it. It's been a long time. I haven't been there in a long while, but it's near the coast.
Okay.
But what about when I look at it, Baywin, what do I see?
You see humanoid, appears to be human, with brown hair, brown eyes. He's in chainmail armor, has a shield and a warhammer. He seems he has a symbol. He's every so often when he swings he turns, it's an amulet, and it shows a symbol. And if you're familiar with any of the deities, it is of the Morning Lord. So he is a holy man.
Oh, lovely to know.
And when he speaks, he keeps referring to the Morning Lord, and you know, there is always the dawn. It brings beauty to the world, and the way is always clear when the dawn rises, when the sun rises, and he says things like that quite often.
Well then, that makes me feel a lot more familiar with you, because the person I was with wasn't a religious man. Just, you know, one of those tavern guys.
Understood.
At that point, Dravos would pipe up. So you're a holy man.
Yes, absolutely.
It's nice. Good to have another one of us on board. I too am a holy man. I'm a acolyte of Bahamut.
Acolyte of who?
Bahamut.
Bahamut. Oh, okay. I don't know.
You can obviously tell I am dragonborn. Gold dragonborn to be precise. And yeah, Bahamut is my deity. As he pulls out his religious amulet.
Nice.
Dreyfus is a good man. He has helped many of us numerous times.
So what are you guys doing here? You're traveling to this town, and what are you guys? What are you doing?
Well, currently on a run back from a winery, I guess you would call it, to procure some wine from the father to give to the son who owns a tavern up ahead in Balecki. Unfortunately, some of the barrels got broken as he nods towards
couple of
Murdoch.
grumbling boys are running the wagon.
And yeah, so we're just about to go finish this off, and once we do that, then we're gonna continue on. We kind of got brought here. I personally received a letter saying that there was help needed around here, so I came, and so did Murdoch. Murdoch and I have been traveling together for a while, and the rest of these guys kind of just like showed up when we showed up.
I know in my case that specifically I'm looking for research on, demonic readings, runes, and stuff like that from our research. So, I'm not a religious person, but I love researching on this sort of stuff.
Fascinating. Well, if you guys don't mind me joining you, I love to travel around here, see what's nearby. I don't know how I got here. I was walking and some mist came along, and all of a sudden I'm here.
Well, we'd be happy to have you. We could definitely use another strong arm, seeing as one of our party members has disappeared.
I think you got lost in the brown mold down below.
Ugh.
You try to sniff it, huh?
But I was just gonna say, but he was just silly man, so I don't think he'll be missed too much.
Now there were two brothers on the wagons.
Yeah. Do you say that out loud?
Yeah. Actually, I'll go over and introduce myself to them.
Yeah, the eldest one says, "I'm Elver, and this is Adrian." And he's like, "Hello." The eldest looks like he's in his 20s, and the youngest looks like he's like late teens, like 16, 17, something like that.
Oh, okay. And they're just wanting to get the wine to their tavern. Is that what I understand?
Yeah, we're just trying to deliver the wine that we were supposed to get back to the tavern. We couldn't make this delivery until we were able to reclaim our winery, thanks to these fine folk. I feel like that kid needs to make a deception check, but
Say again?
I feel like that kid needs to make a deception check, but he's like, yeah, these fine folk.
I mean, if he wants
We're
to,
very fine.
Exactly. Oh, you know what? Some of you are fine. At any rate, yeah, you guys kind of like start coming in, and you can see the town coming for you. And you see a bunch of guards on the outskirts of town finishing taking down the last festival where they had these wolf heads on pikes. They're tearing down these pikes with these wolf heads and just starting to throw them into a bonfire nearby and just get rid of them. But they see you kind of like coming in, kind of recognize it, and these guards kind of like, hey, a shipment! Yeah, all right! And they get very excited.
The festival is over, guys.
You say festival and they start groaning again, but they don't say anything beyond that.
Oh, I guess it wasn't that good of a festival. Ooh, sorry I mentioned it.
No, we're just getting ready for the next. Take care. And
you too, guys.
As you continue your way into Valekia, there are some points of interest here. And for some reason, Star decides he closes all the important tabs because that's just... Oh no, I think I got it up here. Alright, cool. So... No, that can't be it. That's not it. There we go. Alright. So as you kind of like approach into the town, you're coming in from this side here, and you guys will recognize the familiar church here. St. Andrew's Church. This slouching, century-old stone church has a bulging steeple in the back, and the walls lined with cracked stained glass windows depicting pious saints. A fence of wrought iron encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. A thin mist creeps around the graves. And we see a familiar boy, at least they do, in the graveyard with his shovel, trying to continue doing his work.
Does the boy notice us?
Let me find out. Let me roll shovel to perceive. No, he's oblivious. He seems to be halfway into a grave. But you guys just keep on going, right?
Yeah, I was going to suggest that we make straight for the tavern to go ahead and get the shipment dropped off.
I second that.
What kind of church was this?
Let me see here. I'll give you more details here. Let me see where they went. You see that this church is dedicated to the Morning Lord.
I'll note that, and
Yeah, I
I
think
will
you would.
return.
Yeah, I think you would see like a big old emblem of the Morning Lord just kind of like dangling off the front of the, either on the door or maybe like one of those things that are like depicted above the doorway, just so like you're entering into this space to let you know.
Got it.
But you guys continue on, and eventually you make it to the Blue Water Inn. Here before you, for those who are just coming here for the first time, is a gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large two-story wooden building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts the blue waterfall, a blue waterfall, and this is known as the Blue Water Inn. And as you guys kind of like approach, I think like where I gotta remember names, Erwin, he comes out and says, "Well, I'll be damned, you finally got the old man to cough up some of the grape smash, huh? Some wine's finally here."
A little of it got destroyed trying to retake the winery, but we got what we could.
Well, hey, Elver, Adrian, good to see you. And they kind of like nod. How's it going, brother? Yeah, it's going pretty well. You guys are gonna come and hang out for a little bit? Well, we're gonna help you get these kegs off, and then I guess we're gonna head back. And yeah, the boys start to go ahead and dismount, set up to where they can haul off the kegs, and you guys are pretty much free to do what you want at this point.
I think Dravos would head towards the church.
I think Julia would head to the church after they grab some like incense, charcoal, and herbs from the stores if possible.
All right. You know that there are some shops probably in the main town square that could provide that for you. Let me double check.
Oh, lovely.
Because I don't think anybody walked down that way yet, so we're going to say the shop that you need is in that vicinity.
But I also would look up the toy store since I hope I told the party that I found this weird toy horse that was in the Wizards of the Wine that was a nightmare steed of Strahd.
Talking about the one that says, have no fun, have no Blinsky?
Yep, it's like blue fuzz. You said it the best, Dravos. Should I post it on now?
Paste one. Sorry, I'm just... Oh
Just
yeah,
that name.
yeah, that thing, that thing. All right, so yeah, you can definitely. Okay, I just found the information I was looking for. Down this way from the Blue Water Inn, there's some shops that you were told where you can buy the charcoal and incense and stuff like that. I wonder if there's actually a shop set up for it, or did they include that? I don't think they did. Like I had to do the smith and all that as well. I don't think I see anything in here that says there is a. Oh, I guess the stockyard, right? So where is that at? Oh, that's further down this way.
Right, head out. I think Dravos would talk Baywin and be like, Baywin, question for
Yes.
do you hold on. Do you have silver?
Do
You might want to go talk to the smith. They're a little pricey, but around here you're gonna need them.
pricey as in silver pieces, or
Even the gods.
Sorry,
don't
gold
like
piece.
it. Yeah.
I hear that, and I basically walk back up to Baywin, and I could help you out if you're willing to come with me for a little bit. I might need some help from a, rather sturdy man of yours stature.
sure. Yeah, so I need to talk to the smithy, and then I can go help you. Absolutely. Yeah, lead the way. I can do the smithy later.
Yeah, I'll come with you, and I'll help you out with the finances if you need it.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna head to the church in case y'all are wondering where I'm going, and then Dravos is gonna start heading that way.
All right, Murdoch and Dorn, what are you two doing?
Drinking in the tavern.
All right.
You know what I'm gonna do before I leave? I'm gonna look at Murdoch and go like, Murdoch, do not accidentally break my wine. And then we'll just walk out right through the door.
All right. So for reference, Julia, this here is. Let me get the ping. This here is where you can find the toy store, and you've been directed to go over in this direction if you need to go to a general shop.
Yep, and the smithy's at the very top where the little girl is, right?
Yeah, yeah. Up north.
Yep.
Cool. Then
What's the order
I'm
of
gonna
business?
head to the stores first. Then we can head back, check out the toy store, and then head back to the smithy.
All right.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
All right. So just the two of you. The rest of you have any agendas? I know Dravo says he was going to the church. What about the rest of you?
Doran's at the tavern.
Just going to
Deliver
stay
the
there,
wine.
hang out. All right, cool. And Murdoch, are you here?
Sorry, I was on mute. I was talking for a bit.
Yeah.
No, I'm with Doran at the tavern. But Murdoch will be looking for any unsavory types that get too drunk, and then Murdoch is going to try to steal their coin purse.
All right.
But
Yeah.
wait, what happens if Doran's the only drunk one there? Are you gonna take his purse?
I mean, there's not a lot there to take if you really want
I say
it.
start rolling a con save, Doran, and we'll see if you're one of the drunks.
All right, and that's fair. That's
Yeah.
totally fair.
Yeah.
Voices, he's got to work against that stuff. Okay. Picture sheet. Con save. Here it is.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay, yeah.
All right, and then Murdoch, just give me a perception check as you scan the tavern, looking for the most drunkest person you can find. 16. I think we even have a map for the tavern. Let's see here.
We do.
I know we do. I'm just trying to find it. There we go. All right, we'll move over here for a moment. And waiting for it.
Dynamic lighting.
So beautiful, huh?
Mordok will also let Duran know or Doran know of his plan and tell him whenever I make my move, go ahead and sing your jig.
Doran's gonna nod like he understands exactly what you're saying when he really does not know what that means at all. He's like, yeah, I got you. 100%.
Alright, we'll say, okay, there's a bunch of tokens I can pop up to the layer so we can, let's populate this place real quick. And then we will go and see what everybody else is doing on the other end. Crap, get him on that one, that's not cool. Alright, so it's getting close to 4:30 in the afternoon, and there is definitely one of these guys that is just hammered to the hinges. Just going nuts now that the wine is here, and he starts drinking a pitcher all by himself, and then he just loses himself to the Constitution save, if you would, and fails miserably. He fails so miserably, he is now face down, butt cheek sticking out halfway of his chair, and you can see like a small bulge of gold coins in the sack. What would you like to do?
Mordok will cast Pass Without the Trace and sneak over to where this man is and try to grab it.
Alright, so I take it you're
Seeing
gonna...
his friend moving in that direction, like Doran might burst into song or do some sort of like performative thing to try and, attract more attention to himself than other people in the room.
Alright, you roll me performance. We'll see how well you can dissuade the audience. And then I'll have him make...
Oh, I'm so drunk.
Yeah,
Hey, guys.
you just make a regular stealth check because he just canceled you out getting an advantage.
Oh no, I just get a plus 10.
Yeah, you get a plus 10, but go ahead and roll your stealth. So 21.
21.
And I'm only going to make one person in this. Well, technically they can't because I think the average wisdom is 10 on these things, so therefore they will not be able to hit that. Alright, so yeah, you're able to go up there and stealthily not get detected. Now we need the sleight of hand.
Yes.
It is really attached to this guy. It's not coming loose. Do you want to try to tug harder? Maybe an athletics check is what we need?
No, instead I'm just going to try, instead of doing that, I'm just going to try to reach in and grab as many coins as I can.
He's got
And
this
just
thing tied so tight.
Oh, I thought they were sticking out.
Yeah, well, the purse is sticking out, but it's attached to a rope on his belt. And he's got like very strong sailor knots around the top notch.
No, I will leave it alone for now. I go back to Doran. And give him a gold piece, like this what our score was.
Go, man! You totally killed that. Good job with the stealing.
Nice.
Doran has no idea that it didn't work out.
Exactly. Alright, so now we kind of like zoom out from that scenario where we kind of like join Julia and our new friend Baywind. Where did you want to head to first? The general store?
Yep, just to the store.
Just to the store, she says. Alright, so let's see here. I want to read you that. This place is called Arasek Stockyard. This large stockyard has several locked sheds along its periphery and lies adjacent to a roomy warehouse. A wooden sign above the front gate reads Arasek Stockyards. I'll copy paste it here in a moment. Parked at the south end of the stockyard is a sturdy carnival wagon. Its colorful paint is peeling off. Faded lettering on its side spells out the words Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders, and a heavy padlock secures the back door. This stockyard also doubles as a general store, as you were told, and you're able to go into the proper side of this building and enter into the general store if you like.
And I shall.
As you do, you see it is owned by a middle-aged married couple. You see one guy who is just kind of like restocking the shelves. kind of like turns and greets you. He's like, "How's it going?" And then there's a female figure up there at the counter who's just waiting, holding the till, so to speak. What all are you looking for?
So I am looking for about 20 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs.
They look at you and they kind of like frown a bit. Yeah, we've got all that, but hate to be the bearer of bad news. Prices are kind of high right now. It's going to be about 100 gold if you want that.
Is it because you're low on stock?
It's a lot of things. I'm sure you're very familiar with the main problem.
What is the main problem? I'm new here.
Oh, of
Strahd.
course so. You're not there. Whoosh. Yeah, he kind of like turns to you and says, "Oh, there's a devil that owns these lands, and his curse is upon us all. I dare not say his name."
Pumpernickel is his name. We'll just call him that.
Just so you know, that's not his actual name, but please, yeah, this place is just not seen the light of day in many centuries, let's say.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well,
Out of good grace. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, maybe I could bestow a blessing upon your place from the Morning Lord, and would that, maybe help with lowering the price?
Ooh, make a persuasion check. Did you find the persuasion on that skill list?
Sorry.
Oh,
Yes,
you're good.
sorry.
Yeah, no, you got it. There you go. 17.
Yes.
You're with the Morning Lord, huh? Yeah, I mean, he's definitely something we need right now. And if you could bless this place, I'd be honored. Yeah. Tell you what, I could probably drop it down to about 50 gold. I hope that's not asking too much.
I think that's fair. In fact, to make this deal a little bit better, I'll also give you the spare book I got from the Church of the Morning Lords, as I hand him out the book, the Morning Lord.
Oh, well, I mean, sure, we'll take a book of the scripture. No problem. Here you go. Let me get those supplies for you. And yes, if you can apply that blessing, I'd be very grateful.
And I'll start with a ritual, and of course it'll. Sorry, I'm stumbling here. It'll be. I'm sorry.
Is it an actual spell that you're going to be casting?
No.
Or is this
No.
more of a ceremony you're performing?
More of a ceremony.
All right.
So yeah.
Give me a performance check.
Performance.
I mean, you're going through the motions, and being in a new land, it's kind of like a little confusing to you, and then you perform whatever rites you think you should, and maybe a few words slip out that were a little wrong for the ritual, but other than that, they kind of like think you did the job, and they still go through with the deal.
Nice.
Yep. So that is a nice, like, they weren't impressed by your performance by any means, but they assume you knew what you're doing. Other than that, is there anything else you want to explore or find out here, or ask for?
Now, that's
Yeah,
a
go
good
ahead.
point. Go ahead.
No, I'll let you go ahead. I'll let you.
So this curse that's going on around here, is it a creature or something? I guess I don't understand. I'm just.
Yeah, well, thing is, our Lord of the Lands, if you will. He's been known as a devil as of late. Many centuries have passed, and you're not from around here, are you?
No.
Puts a hand
No,
on your
I-
shoulder and kind of like confides in you. He's like, I'm sorry to hear that. Either you're gonna live here for the rest of your days, or you're gonna die here and never escape. Anybody who comes to these lands is cursed along with us. And all we can do here in Vallaki is try to keep cheerful. That's why our Burgermeister is so intent on keeping everybody happy, is so that we can, ignore the fact that we're in a dreadful place. We figure if we stay cheerful, he won't be able to ruin us, like the darkness that dwells in his heart won't be able to affect us if we're happy. And his wife over there is like, are you talking that nonsense again about the Burgermeister? Oh, another festival this, another festival that. It's gonna be the end of joy if he keeps this up. Honey, settle down. Don't say such things. And he kind of like hushes her in her direction. She's like, all that aside, sir, I really do hope that you find your way back home if you do. And if you find your way out somehow, let people know that we need help. Or maybe you are that help.
Well, I just have some new friends here, and they've been very helpful and kind. Maybe we are the ones that could help. I don't know. But yeah, if we do leave, I will definitely send help.
Well,
but more on the Virgin Master. Who is he, and where is he located?
oh, the Burgermeister? So he kind of like, oh, well, let me see if I could point that out for you. He'll let you know that it's somewhere on this side of town. Let me see, where's his name at? Baron Vargas Valovich. And he kind of like goes on to tell you about this family, and here's a handout. Excuse me, handout for you. And he says, yeah, his name is Baron Vargas Valovich. He is definitely convinced that all will be well, and he wants everybody in Vallaki to be happy, and his skills in leadership could be, a little scrutinized, but honey, we're not going to talk about that right now, as he kind of like goes to shut her up, but she was about to raise her voice about this. But he's like, as long as you don't talk ill, and you're happy, nothing happens. Otherwise, you just be careful of the man he keeps with him. Isaac, he's definitely a strange one. He's got an arm that is kind of like demonic, and just stay away from that guy.
Unnatural, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, he's got a good bodyguard, so I'll give him that. And I am definitely happy, as you can see. And he puts on a fake smile, from what you can tell. I won't keep you much longer. I mean, you got things to do. I mean, if you need anything, let me know. I'll look and see what I got. But there's nothing else. I guess I can bid you all adieu.
All right. Blessings of the Morning Lord to you.
Thank you, sir. No, thank you for coming in. Go ahead.
And thank you for your service.
You too, ma'am. It's a pleasure, and please come back and tell your friends. If you need anything, we'll look for it. We'll find it. We'll find it somewhere. It's got to be somewhere, right? Yeah. So thank you so much for coming in, and he kind of like goes towards his wife. We need to, let's calm down, dear. And she looks like she's about to go off on him. But take it you guys leave at this point.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good chance. And we'll head to the toy store just to check it out for a quick second.
All right.
Absolutely.
As you guys are traveling, as we'll kind of like give everybody a little pace of time, we'll say Dravos makes it to the church as you finish this conversation. Dravos, what is your intentions at the church?
First off, I'm gonna walk up to the front door and knock.
Nobody answers. It's a
I'm gonna
church.
check,
Walk
see if
in.
oh well, yeah. I'll walk in and I'm gonna see if I can find the head priest.
Let's see here. It's about. You can smell like what smells like a stew being cooked in the background, like wherever their kitchen is. The wafting of dinner is definitely approaching your nostrils as you walk in. Let's see here. Further in, you see the same familiar pews and the podium where the priest usually has the service. It's all kind of abandoned at the moment. But you can hear off into one of the rooms in the hallway where you're hearing noise like cooking's going on, where the smell is coming from, where your nose is leading you to this warm, delicious flavor.
I'm gonna follow my nose to the said door, and then I will knock.
A woman's head pops out who looks like she's kind of like got a apron on and everything, and she kind of like looks. Yes, can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. Two things. First off, that smells delicious.
Oh, well,
And
thank you.
second off, do you know where I could find the head priest?
Oh, Father Lucian. Let's see here. It's probably in his room next. Points to like a room across the hall. It's probably in there. Try in there.
Yeah, thank you. And I will go to the room that she pointed out, and I will knock.
And yes, you hear a raspy old voice of Father Lucian call out, "Yes."
Excuse me, Father. Might I take up a moment of your time?
The door's open. Come on in.
I walk in.
You see him
And,
at a desk, and he's kind of like reading over some scriptures, like he's preparing for something. You see him in his vestige as he's kind of like getting tidied up. Oh, well, hey, you again. Yeah, I'm just getting ready for the evening service. How can I help you?
I was wondering if Valeki had a healer in town. Upon procuring some stuff for the tavern, I've taken considerable damage, and I do not have enough magic within me to do a cure wounds right now. I was wondering if there was another person who could do cure wounds in the area.
Are you lacking in faith, sir?
No, sir, just magic itself. It was a long, hard fight, and I'm a bit exhausted.
I mean, I could heal you if you're in need, but shouldn't come free, my friend. Do you want to make a donation to the church?
Yes, sir. And I will hand him 100 gold coins.
Wow, this is quite generous. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Well, far be it from me to take up an offering. You do realize this is a lot of gold to be giving to the church, right?
Yes, I do.
Are you sure you don't need this for your own needs?
I'm sure that I will come by more later.
I'm just stalling for time because Roll20's lagging again.
Oh, you're good, you're good.
Alright, so he will walk up to you, and at a 3rd level, he will cast Cure Wounds. You restore 15 health, and he goes, "Is that sufficient? Are you feeling better? Are you okay?"
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much.
No. Thank you. Your donations will be well received. By the way, have you found any leads about that incident I sent you guys to look into?
We got sidetracked with another quest, but I was about to bring that to the party's attention as soon as I got back to the tavern.
Well, you know what you need to do, right?
If I remember correctly, there was bones that got stolen.
Yes, keep it down.
And
everybody know it.
I'm talking out of game. I'm talking in a hushed whisper because I know it's sensitive information.
Right. Okay.
So speaking to him in the hushed whisper, I'm like, I remember that it was some bones that got stolen. Please tell your attendant I am sorry. I made him wet his pants. I was not trying to be that
well,
scary.
sometimes people need to learn to be humble. I do not I can overlook the means if you understand my meaning. But
yes.
Do you have a lead where the bones are? Do you know where
really get much out of the kid aside from he said he gave it to a friend, and my memory's drawn a blank on what he said person's name was.
Does anybody remember?
It was the coffin
I took
maker.
note.
There you go.
Yeah, the coffin maker.
There you go. That's your lead.
Yes, the coffin maker. That's right. But yes, I will be definitely making sure that we get on that as soon as we possibly can. Thank you again for the healing.
Oh yes.
And
no, thank you for the donation. Are you sure you don't need some of this back? Like venturing and doing things for the people, that's going to require gold. Like, I thank you for this amount, but surely you need some of this, right?
Sir, what goes around comes around. I put good faith towards your church. Good faith will come back towards me later.
Well,
may Bahamut smile on you, and you have a wonderful evening. By the way, the lady across the hall is cooking up something that smells pretty scrumptious.
Yeah. She
And
usually
I
cooks
bid
for
you-
the orphans and whatnot.
And with that, I bid you adieu, sir. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, take care. Take care.
And then I will head back to the inn.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, he's oblivious to what you were insinuating, but I think I caught the drift. All right. So, I mean, are there any more inn shenanigans? And then I'll go back to Julia and Barwin. Murdoch and
No, I don't have anything.
Ravos.
I think it's typical inn stuff, as one would expect.
All right. So just now, cheerful merriment and having wine.
Along the way back to the inn, I would ask people if they knew where the coffin maker was.
Make an investigation check, and I'll look up where that actually is. If you get a good roll.
13.
13. It takes a little while, I think. Let me see here. Oh dear Lord, and I closed everything down. Let's see what maybe it's here, right? In one. So, oh no, that's where it was stolen from. Where is his shop? That's where you were. It looks like that is in 6. Let's see, where it is. Somewhere on this side of town. You find out that he's close to the square. So town square is where you get referred to. All right. Other than that, Julia and Baywin, I'm gotta get used to saying a new name. You make your way, and I'll just ask: do you want to take this first left you come to, or do you want to take the second left?
You know, I'm going to go with the road that I'm more familiar with. So I'm going to go on the main road and then turn to left.
I will follow you because you know the road better than I do.
All right. You guys continue up the main road. And I'm not totally disappointed because I do get to visit it again if you guys go to the coffin maker. Anyway. Yeah, right. So continuing on, let me look up. There's a whole bunch of like hitting things here that are like blending in with the map. What do we got? Alright, so it's not there. Let me click it over here. Why does it always keep disappearing? Alright. In 7. So as you guys journey through, avoiding the thoroughfare where there seems to be a ceremony being set up for the next event that has been played. You continue up the road, taking the left turn right before the Blue Water Inn. And before you, as you walk up the road about a half a block, you see a cramped shop that has a dark entrance portico, above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse, and with a V engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are 2 arched, lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass, you see a jumbled display of toys and hanging placards bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
Well, before we walk in, I know for a fact that I would talk to Baywin and tell him why we're going in there, since he never questioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't, did I? No.
So, like, think of this, like, right almost in the front of the door, and I'm gonna be kind of like, okay, here's the thing. When we were at the Wizards of the Wine, I found this rather disturbing rocking horse that I know is based off the steed that Strahd, the person that, owns these lands, rides.
Ah, the monster that cursed the land. Okay.
So I kind of want to see how, disturbingly, how they got the details of how that horse looks, or how they were able to make it look almost exactly how the real horse looked.
Okay. All right. I'll let you lead, and I'll observe and see if there's anything I can help with while we're in there.
If you can, look for anything that you would find particularly just out of place,
Okay.
We're going to a toy store, so I imagine it being, like, happy, not demonic,
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. And you enter in, I take it?
Yep.
As you enter
Yes.
into this shop, a heavy-set man who wears a moth-eaten jester cap turns from a project that he's currently working on. It looks like might be like a pyre with an emblem of some sort that you can't barely make out. He turns around, and on his shoulder is a little monkey, and I will show this to you. And as he turns to greet you, he goes, "Welcome, friends, to the House of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles can be bought at bargain prices. Perhaps you know a little child in need of joy, a little toy for a girl or boy. Please, come in. What can I get for you?"
I'm gonna put up, like, this, like, happy-go, like, persona that I want to show that I'm actually super excited for his stuff. And I'm gonna straight up ask, oh, you read my mind. I'm actually looking for a little toy for my daughter from the
Oh,
city. And I was
really?
hoping that.
Well, yes. Well, what can we get for your little girl that will make her happy?
Well, I'll go for it.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, maybe you could just, like, glance around, and what you see before you, you see what looks like some very odd pieces. A headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads, including one with its eyes and mouth stitched shut. There's a miniature gallows, wow, that's creepy, complete with trapdoor and weighted hangman. Hey, for only 9 copper. Who could pass up that deal, right? And you're just kind of, like, glancing at his shelves, and he's just kind of, like, idly looking at you. And there's, like, a set of nesting dolls. And the smaller each one gets, the older it gets, until the innermost doll is a mummified corpse. There's a wood and string mobile of hanging bats with flapping wings. A wind-up musical merry-go-round with figurines of snarling wolves chasing children in place of prancing horses. This guy's got all kinds of good stuff. I need this for my room, like decorations for the wall. A ventriloquist dummy that looks like Strahd von Zarovich. A doll that looks remarkably like Irina Kalyana. And these are, like, all the assortments you see out in the open that he has available. What would your daughter like? How about this doll here with the detachable heads?
Oh, no, that won't do.
Oh.
She likes her heads attached to her dolls more.
I mean,
I was looking at that doll over here. I would point to the Irene one.
oh, that one's not for sale, I'm afraid. That's a special order.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of why I wanted to check, though, because I'm wondering how you are so inspired and being able to create all these wondrous things you have.
I don't understand what you're saying. Like, this is just the natural inspiration of Valaki. By the way. Oh, no.
Yes?
Oh, Piccolo is, like, point to the little monkey on his shoulder, and the monkey's, like, looking at you, kind of, like, reaching out for your shoulder. Oh, this is Piccolo. Piccolo, say hi to the customers. And the monkey just leaps off his shoulder, jumps on Julia's, and starts pulling on your hair lightly, as if looking for something inside it. Now, don't hurt the customers. Please don't hurt the customers, Piccolo. Please. Okay, come back. And he kind of like comes back over to get it. Do you do anything in the meantime?
I try to make sure he doesn't like touch the side of my heads too much. You know, you don't expect the monkey to kind of pop on your.
So we come to find out the monkey's the one that does it in. Make a perception check, Baywin.
Gotcha.
And to give us a DC for this, make a deception check, Julia. As you're trying to move your visage away so that this monkey doesn't reveal something out of your hair. And you're able to do so. And yeah, basically, Baywin, all you see is Julia just kind of like retorting a bit. And then eventually the guy comes over and like pulls Piccolo off, puts it back on his shoulder. Now, stay here with Blinksky. Stay here with me. And he goes, oh, I'm very sorry about that. By the way, Gadolf Blinsky, at your service, ma'am. Once again, what can I get for your daughter? What would be... Maybe I could take a special order? Just like this? And he kind of like reinforces the Irina doll. Like, that's a special order.
I think a special order would be in mind, but before that, I just wanted to check with you what you would say you would never do, since I don't want to, upset you as the artist.
But I mean, I am open to any concept of art. Please, tell me what's on your mind. I would be more than happy to try.
Well, you're not afraid to make straw. Do you think you could make a small doll of Strahd's horse?
I believe I've done that once before. Yes. A doll? I could do a doll for it.
You've seen this horse?
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, when the devil himself goes riding out to go check on Yesterhill, they have a picture of him drawn out that I use for inspiration. Let me see if I have it around here somewhere. And just kind of like searching around. You guys are welcome to keep talking as he kind of like looks for it.
So, are you inspired by all the pictures that people paint, or no?
Who are you asking?
Oh, I'm just asking, Bingsky, because I'm trying to sit there and go like, oh, does he only see the pictures and that's how he gets inspired, or,
Oh, no. Like, look at this little project here. And he goes back to the Irina doll. He's like, this here is a special order. Somebody just told me what this person was supposed to look like, and I made it. And he says, I made this doll many times for him, and he keeps coming with me with new details, and then I improve on it, and so therefore I'm getting better at making dolls like this.
Well, then here's my question after that then, because I have met the mighty Irene.
I'm sorry, who?
Oh, Irina, the doll that you're talking about. I actually met the real person.
Yeah, he never mentioned her name. It's just that you know that it looks like her. I'm afraid that, yeah, he never mentions it, but he's like, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean there.
Oh, it's just I am curious of how, this woman is constantly inspired. Is he a local customer that you see all the time?
Oh, yes. You've heard of Isaac, have you not? He's the guard of our Burgermeister.
Oh, I just heard of him. And I heard he's very powerful, right? Yes.
He's definitely not someone I would want to mess with, and he tells me I should make these dolls or he'd break my neck, and I think my neck attached is definitely what I want to do.
Oh, that'd be a shame since you create so many wondrous things.
Oh, well, thank you. You're so kind. This is nice. This is really nice. I appreciate this. I've been kind of in the slumps here lately, but you've given me inspiration here. What can I make for you?
You haven't had very many customers lately?
Well, the Burgermeister keeps me busy with projects like this, and he shows you little like nestled branches and bramble that's being put together. And as you take a closer look, you can see what looks like the emblem of the Morning Lord, like being placarded in the back of it. This is for the festival that is coming up.
Is that a normal thing? Can I do a religion check to see if that's normal?
Yeah. Go ahead. And I'm definitely trying to remember what this was called exactly. Okay, yeah. I got it. Your religion. So, there are flyers around town that one of our party members here, I believe Julia knows about it, but they're preparing a festival of the blazing sun. So what you see before you is a sun emblem of the Morning Lord, and your religion check kind of like informs you that their intent is to light this pyre in representation of the Morning Lord's blazing sun. And he says to you, yes, this is for the Blazing Sun Festival that's supposed to be coming up air tomorrow, I believe.
Interesting then.
Yes, very interesting.
Yes, well, I do odds and ends for the town, and the good old Burgermeister helps me stay in business. But, a customer, finally. What can I make you?
I heard of this Isaac, but I have never seen this Isaac. Do you think that you could make me a doll version of him? So my daughter will love it.
Are you... He kind of, like, baffles for a moment. It's like, are you sure you want a doll like him?
Do you think otherwise?
He's like thinking about it. I'm trying to show you a handout here. I gotta get control back from roll 20. Please roll 20. I would like. Thank you. No. I said no to that.
Roll 20 is really giving you hell today.
Sure the hell is. What the fuck? I don't need to see that part. I just want to show this to the players. Thank you. There we go. You sure you want that ugly mug on a doll?
Well, who knows? Maybe my daughter will
cool.
color it and make the face a little prettier.
It would definitely need a lot. I mean, he shuts up. He's like, I shouldn't speak ill of anybody. No, especially Isaac.
But I don't want you to get in trouble if you make an image of him. Like, how are you going to be able to create a version of him?
We could probably make some chibi version of him, and then I'll make a demonic arm for this lovely doll, and then it'll be done. Are you sure this is what you want to commission?
Well, before I do that, how much?
It's like it's been a while for him actually having a customer, so he's like tripping over. It's like, 10 silver, 10 silver. Yes, let's go with 10 silver. Or a gold piece. Yes, a gold piece.
Tell you what. If you could give me every single detail on that doll, I will double it.
Well, I have to finish my project for the city. I could probably have this ready for you in 3 days.
I think that'll be plenty of time, but you must give me every detail. If you include the little axe he carries too, maybe, or his weapon, I would love to see it.
I would do my best.
Then I'll be back for it. But before I go, do you know anything about the coffin maker nearby?
Oh, now I have to go look up his name. Thank you for making me look up more stuff I wasn't ready for. It's perfectly. Oh, here it is. You mean?
You gotta read more.
I don't have time anymore. Have you seen the schedule lately? Hendrik van der Voort? What a name.
Oh, is that his name?
Oh yes, this elderly gentleman that's down the way somewhere, I believe. Yeah, he's at Inn 6. All right. Like, are you asking for directions as well?
Yeah, so I could go visit later
Yep.
after the smithy and meeting up the group.
Yep. So kind of like down here where you would have passed if you went there to begin with. So you see it over here.
Yeah.
All right. He tells you about the coffin maker's location, kind of like giving you an idea of how to get there. Oh, just go down the road into the main square and just go up the road. Just be careful of those who are being put in the things there, and you'll be all right. Everybody's happy here, right? Nice.
Well, I appreciate all your heavy and well done service. I'm gonna go take care of my friend and his other business, and then we'll be back when you complete my little commission.
Oh, absolutely. Look forward to it. And remember, if it's no fun, it's no Blinsky.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine. Come again. And Piccolo's over there waving you guys out as well. And he's like, yes, that's right. Wave him off. We got customers. And he goes back to his work unless you have anything else you want to say with him.
No, I'm gonna step out and talk to Baywin and ask him. Oh, it wasn't that a disturbing inside.
Yeah. Interesting that he was making things for the festival, commissioned by the Burgeon Master.
Now, the thing that I'm more concerned, the doll we saw in there, looked like someone that we met before.
Oh,
Irene was this person that, long ago was caught by Strahd and some.
oh, really?
Yeah, and really, we're trying to figure out how that connects. So now I'm kind of curious of how Isaac, or the person that is commissioning the dolls, thinks about Irene, or what his intentions are.
Just
Is there like a religion check or something that I could or a
What
history?
what are you trying to suss out?
Trying to figure out what the doll's purpose.
Not really. Any check would help you. I mean, one, you don't have any context other than what she's telling you, and
True.
yeah,
Okay.
like, I mean, are you trying to suss out if it's like a voodoo doll or something like that? Then maybe,
Yeah.
then maybe
yeah.
that would be religion. Yeah,
Religion. Okay.
Yep.
Let me do that.
religion on that.
Comes.
It didn't look like it was being made to be used in any kind of ceremony or anything like that. It just looked pretty standard.
Okay.
All right, moving
Oh,
on.
I'll hold my end of the deal. Let's head back to the smithy. I promise you that I help you pay for the thing you need, right?
Ah, yes, that would be wonderful.
Oh, let's head there now, and then let's meet up with the rest of the people.
All right.
Absolutely.
So what I will do now is just ask anybody else besides these two if there's any roleplay they want to kind of like get out while they're either at the tavern. I know Dravos is making it back to the tavern. If you want to have a talk with the two of them while you're waiting for Julia and them to come back, you can have a scene with that. Otherwise, I will just run them through a basic shop run with the smithy and go from there.
Run them through a basic shop run. I'm putting down some info in my thing so I don't
All right.
forget it.
No problem. All right, so yeah, you go up north and you meet up with a dwarven smith who has his smith right there at the edge of town. And what is the intent to do here, please?
To purchase, from what Dravos said, was a silvered weapon.
Right.
Some
So
sword, silver weapon.
he
Yeah,
tells you
I'm not sure.
basically to buy a silver weapon is 200 gold.
Oh, wow.
Yep. They pricey.
I know
How much gold do you have, Dragos?
You know, to be fair, you came in at level 5, right? We can say you
Yes.
have 500 gold of spending money because that is what the book says you would get. You don't have a magic item because that would be the purpose of doing it. So you have 500 gold. So if you
Oh,
want to go,
okay.
yeah, we'll go ahead and give you that starting go since we're all level 5 now.
Okay. Okay, that worked. What sort of weapons? I carry a warhammer.
You need a warhammer made of silver?
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Ah, very well. Let me go ahead and get you one from the back. And he brings you out a silver warhammer that you can use. It'll be similar to yours, but you can like put in parentheses that it's a silvered weapon. So in case the case comes up to where I have to ask, is your weapon made of silver? You'll be like, yep, it's right here. And click it and we see it. What I do, like what I did for Tuesday's campaign, I just added it to my compendium again from the compendium. And then I put in like parentheses silver. So if you want, you can go into the eye icon up there with the circle. And then just look up Warhammer. And then drag one over to give you like another... on your character sheet, that is. While your character sheet is open, we'll look up Warhammer, and then grab the word Warhammer where it says items, drag it to your character sheet, and then edit it and make it say silver in parentheses or something, just to indicate that it's silvered instead of just a regular Warhammer. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Excellent. Well, my friends, after that, is there any other business at the Smith, or are you good?
That's it.
And then
Yeah, I think I'm good.
all right, so then
Oh
Julie,
wait, no, I should buy more crossbow bolts.
I believe they're what, 5 gold a quiver, and a quiver is 20.
I'll just buy one quiver.
All right, you can add 20 to your loot there, and from there you guys journey back to the Blue Water Inn, where you are met with the rest of your party in some way, shape, or form.
Cool, because that just finished.
Cool. Yeah, Blinsky was definitely a lordum.
I was actually close with his slogan. Surprised myself a little bit there.
Alright, let's see here. Let's get Baywin on the map as well. Populate the tavern a little
But
bit.
with that said, I think I would tell the rest of the party of what I found out on my small little trip with Baywin.
Alright, yeah. So everybody at the same table, is that what's going on?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Because that stuff I need to
Everybody-
share with the party is
Everybody can see on that map, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, feel free to go ahead and have that conversation.
Before I do that, how slosh is Doran?
House is Doran.
I think he passed his last constitution check, so he's doing okay.
Yeah, he like. Are you drinking hard, or are you just going slow with it?
Yeah, more slow, yeah.
All right, then yeah, I would say with that one constitution check he did, he's all right.
And Murdoch's just kind of chilling out as well.
Murdoch, are you with us? Are you muted?
No, he's not muted.
All right, so Murdoch is.
My bad. I was muted. Sorry.
Oops.
I thought I
Going
clicked
on.
it.
Yeah, he was. It was probably on his mic. All right, yeah. What's Murdoch up to?
I'm just drinking, keeping an eye on everybody. Again, seeing if there's anyone easy I can try to steal from, but also not wanting to draw too much attention. So I'll probably just drink it with Doran.
All right. Like-
Dravos is gonna walk up to the male innkeeper guy and be like, "Could we by chance get a room keys?"
Ah, yes. I promised you some rooms, did I not? Very well. Hey, thank you again for bringing what you could. I understand it's not much, but it'll get us through for a couple weeks at the very least. And he
I
hands.
swear, sir, you have the patience of a saint to have dealt with your father for as long as you did. Always with the mouth.
Yeah, me and him, we just don't see eye to eye. But however, he keeps the winery going, so I have to kind of like You see why I sent you. I couldn't go.
I understand, and like I said, got what we could, but we could only do so much.
Well, here you go. Here's these keys. You can all have a room, and yeah, you know where to find them.
And then I will bring the keys to the table. And, excuse me. And then I will just hand everybody their key, and I'd be like, I think we should take our business upstairs to our rooms, if y'all catch what I'm saying.
I think I agree with Dravos. Should we meet in one room first then?
Sure. Yeah, let's head upstairs.
All right, I'll move you guys upstairs. Quit moving. I'm moving you,
Okay.
Mr. Spaghetti
It
Man.
already moved.
Yeah, hold on. Damn it, Julia! I swear to God, I got you. All right, we'll say this is one of the rooms. There's another two beds in this room, 2 beds in this room, and then Julia, if you want, there's like a single over here in this direction.
All right.
But
Let's start our mighty discussion.
here we are in this square room
Yes.
where it's dark outside. Continue.
Dravos is just gonna bring it up. He's gonna be like, well, guys, I went over to the Church of the Morning Lord, and he reminded me that we still have a quest with him. We need to go speak to the coffin maker, who apparently is in the square, is where he sets up shop.
But yeah, aren't we supposed to get some bones or some business?
Yeah, he had some bones that were stolen by one of his underlings, which I kind of made pee himself. And he led us to the coffin maker, and we have yet to go see the coffin maker. We kind of detoured and went and did the wine business.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. We should probably have a little rest and then go see the coffin maker bright and early.
So I definitely agree with this. Does anybody got a problem with this?
I do not, and I also figured out where the coffin maker is. So if we ever need to head there, I can lead the way.
Ah, okay. So you know where the town square is then?
Yeah, we just came back from there with the shopping, and we might have passed by the coffin maker's place.
Okay.
We went to the toy store.
It's by the toy store.
All right. Well, with that being said, anybody else got anything they wanted to bring up?
Well, I got something really strange.
Oh.
So you're, you know how Irene looks, right? If you remember.
For Irene, she was cool.
Well, for some reason, there's a guy commissioning dolls of her.
Who?
The bodyguard of the Burgermeister.
Sounds like we might need to have a chat with him too.
Now, I made a commission for the doll, and I'm hoping that, well, if the toy maker is really good, he might give us a little bit more details of how he looks through the doll.
Or we could just go ask the Burgermeister if we could have a word with his bodyguard.
That's true, but from what the toy maker told me, he is not a very pleasant person to talk to.
He obviously has not met me.
We know if stalking, or I guess whatever this bodyguard is doing, is illegal here in Vallaki?
What is it?
I was just asking if we know if stalking is illegal here in Vallaki.
Okay, so you asked that out loud. Okay.
Yeah, I was asking them.
I haven't
don't-
checked yet, but we can check with the innkeeper.
Didn't we receive a handout that gave us the rules? Like the laws?
No. How would they give you
No.
the rules as soon as you walk in? They're waiting for you to break them.
We know if Arena may not find this flattering for someone to make dolls out of them or for them about them.
Of
Oh,
the
let me just say he said that specifically it wasn't the only doll he made for him. It sounded like he made numerous dolls of her for him.
So,
Perhaps he
pretty-
made the doll of Murdoch. Murdoch is very charming.
I will bet you 10 gold that he did not make you a doll of yourself.
Murdoch will not wager his gold.
But, so we have a couple ideas. One, we gotta find, and two, figure out how the bodyguard's connected to Irene in any way. If you guys are interested.
Okay.
But, anything else that anyone figured out?
No, just that the priest over at the Church of the Morning Lord is really cool. And apparently the lady that lives there that helps feed the children, she's one heck of a cook. Man, my nose led me straight to her instead of the priest, let me tell you. As he pats his belly.
Has anyone eaten yet? Because I just realized how hungry I am.
Yeah, I haven't eaten either.
Murdoch has been eating for hours.
Sounds about
Well,
right.
after we're done here, I think Dravos will just head back downstairs and get him some grub.
And Julia would follow down with him.
Baywin will also go down.
Oh yeah, Ismark was with you guys too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I was kind of wondering about that.
So let's kind of like I kind of forgot that he was there, but I'm like looking for a specific NPC at the moment, and I don't think that I can find him. But at any rate, like he went to the church right as soon as you got into town, so he like hopped off. He says, "I'm gonna go check on my sister, and I might catch up with you guys later if you need any help." And he
And I'm
stepped
pretty
off
sure
again.
we all would have told him good luck, tell your sister we say hi, all that good stuff.
Right.
And now that you remind me of, Ismark, if he's still in town, I would have told the party also that maybe we should check with Ismark about that and see if Irene knows about that either.
Something we can do in the morning. I mean, it is starting to get late. We're hungry. We're tired.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Not right now. I'm kind of pooped.
Yep, same here.
Oh. Alright. Is this thing showing you guys anything? That's the nightmare.
Yes, Bucephalus.
Yeah, there's your nightmare. That Strahd ride. That's the picture he was looking for earlier. Hey, I found it. Congratulations, me. Just a few hours too late. But yeah. Alright, so any further conversation in this room, or are you guys heading back down?
I'm heading back down.
Heading back down.
Murdoch will follow suit.
And so will Baywin.
Very well. If you don't move, I'll capture you all and drag you down in one go. Don't do it,
Everybody
Julie.
move.
Oh, I almost did it.
Almost. But okay, so a few things here. As you kind of realize, it's winding down to about 5 in the evening now. Rictavio returns, and I wonder if I have his token. Ah, there it is. Rictavio makes his entrance, and one and all, friends and fellows. Let me double check, make sure I don't screw him up, right? Rictavio's too cool for me to screw up. At any rate. Yeah, he just comes in and he kind of like sees Doran off to the side. Like Doran done a performance before, and he's like, "Ah, yes, I see. Were you doing another performance tonight, good sir?" As he kind of like approaches the table.
And Doran kind of belches and is like, maybe not tonight. This may not be my best evening but by all means, don't let me take up your space if you would like to.
Oh, by all means,
do
very well.
the
Well, thank-
barding. Yes, please do.
Very well then. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't stepping on your grounds. Well then, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna just go ahead and have supper first. And he goes to find a seat somewhere. Well, actually, he will go to the window down south. Other than that, yeah, you just see some common folk come in, and you can see Erwin and Danica going around taking orders, handing out drinks. And I believe if you wanted to order a wolf steak, I believe it was 5 silver? I do not remember the menu prices. I should definitely like make a menu and input.
Oh, let's go for 5 silver for now then.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, do I see the twins at all?
The children?
No,
Or
no, no.
no. Okay.
The two big brothers. Two big guys.
Oh yes. Okay, so they're not around yet, but maybe later.
Javo's gonna raise his hand like he's waiting, summoning the waitress. Excuse me, waitress.
Yes. Danica like comes over and what's going on? What can I get for you?
I would like to get a wolf steak.
Ah, yes. And the rest of you, while I'm here, is there anything I can get for you while you're down here for breakfast or supper?
I think I'll go for wolf steak as well.
Do you have any stew?
Aye, we have wolf stew, and if you can't take wolf steak.
Yeah, what stew?
Oh, yeah, I got your wolf stew down. What about you? Kind of looking at Dorn and Murdoch.
Dorn's on a liquid diet for the evening. He's not having any of this. So.
Do I know it? More wine for you, I take it then?
Yes, please.
And what
Murdoch
about
would
you?
like his 5th steak.
Ah, steak for you, good sir. Very well. And she rushes back, puts in the order, or has Erwin go to the back and start cooking it up. The stew comes out pretty quickly, but the steaks are definitely being made. Huh?
Yeah. Draven's just going to go ahead and hand her the 5 silver for the wolf steak.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. And what we're going to do before we sit down and eat and have more congregation, let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break. I'm going to go ahead and get some drinks, use the restroom, come back into it. We're a little late on our break, but I think this is a good time to go ahead and break into it if you guys don't mind.
Definitely, I could definitely make a pizza.
Yeah. And we will BRB, my friends. So stay tuned. We're going to get right back into it. All right, we are coming back from our break. How's everybody doing? We got our music going, got everything set up here. We're gonna get right back into it. So everybody gets their meals. Denica comes around and offers everybody their steak or stew, whatever they prefer, and also their liquid beverages that they have chosen for tonight's meal. And you all are left with the evening to do as you please. Rictavio in one corner, and the rest of you sitting at a table. If Murdoch wants to make an either perception check, we can see if somebody else got sloshed.
Murdoch will perception.
There is another patron off in the far corner that leads up to the rooms that has fallen on ill times and has drank their fill to be passed out on the table.
Murdoch will look to the group and say, "So what is the plan? Are we going to discuss this coffin maker, or are we going to rest for the evening?"
Dravos, I am planning on resting for the evening.
If you all know more about the coffin maker, we could try. I'll stay up a little bit to see if we meet any old people that come back. You know.
I'd like to get an early start in the morning so I could go pray at when the sun rises. So I'll be heading off to bed.
Murdoch will follow suit, and I will follow behind him. Again, cast Pass the Trace, and then try to grab the guy's coin purse or whatever valuable he has on.
All right, so go ahead and okay. So you cast Pass Without a Trace. All your allies too are enveloped in a shadowy mist of your protection or whatnot. And yeah, you sneak right over there. Nobody can really detect you. Even Baywin might have lost track of you.
And then I will do my sleight of hand.
All right. Give you advantage on this since you were really, like there wasn't a distraction that kind of like disaided you. So this time you're able to snag a small bag of coins.
Murdoch will hide it and continue up the stairs.
Easily enough, and up the stairs you go. What about the rest of you?
Doran is just waiting for Rictavio to take a little break because he wants to just, kind of have a quick conversation with him. If that's.
He just looks like he's having a break right now. Like he's just sitting down there getting ready for his supper. He's halfway through it at the moment. You feel like you could approach him. He's definitely not making himself scarce.
Right. So Doran was your performance was very impressive. You obviously know what your lore and as a lore bard myself, I'm aware of these things. So what brings you to these strange parts?
Well, to bring joy to the people. I run a circus, as you know. And basically all I do here is tell wives' tales and stories. From the lands beyond. Take it you're not from around here as well, but I'm sure you're a welcome sight.
Yes, of course. It's just interesting. You say you're from parts elsewhere? Is that what you said?
Alas, yes. Far from here, I'm afraid.
Were you brought here against your will, or was this something you chose to do of your own volition?
I guess it was a happenstance mistake that I came here.
Much like ourselves, absolutely. Well,
Yeah,
it's nice to meet a fellow traveler who's been brought here, and I'm glad to see you're thriving with your zoo and whatnot. And I guess you have made your peace with the circumstances. If there's
He taps his fingers on the desk or the table as he kind of like looks at you. He's like, well, as I am a carnival ringmaster, more or less, I am in search of new actors. Are you looking for constant work, perhaps? Work in a carnival?
Constant work sounds a bit grueling for someone of my temperament, but
Well, I figure I would lay it out before you just to see.
Do you conduct regular performances, or how does that work?
Yeah, well, as you could tell, my crew that I wanted to bring in did not join me, unfortunately. It was just an unfortunate accident that I alone from my group have wound up here. But I plan on rebuilding the carnival, and seeing some bright people like yourself, I think would bring a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Oh, I mean, joy is a very important thing, especially in a grim area like this. I'd
Totally.
be very interested in learning more about your little troupe that you're putting together. It's sad that your compatriots could not join you in your journey to this place.
Indeed. I've been here a while, and I've been, paying attention to the scenery around me. He kind of like leans over close. Do you know anything strange about the owners by chance?
This establishment?
I mean, they're good people, don't get me wrong, but I'm just wondering if they've kind of like seem different than the normal lot.
I would have to say just about everyone I've met here seems a little bit different than the normal lot, but
that's very fair.
I can't think of anything specific that they've done. Is this a Vistani-owned establishment that we're at?
No. I am.
Oh, that was back in Baroque. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yes, indeed. Now, and he kind of like whispers to you. It's like, the only reason I ask is because my suspicions are very piqued by the way they keep ravens around. Are you noticing this too?
Well, ravens
Shh.
don't do anything around. No. Shh.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't do anything. Don't try and steal wine from a raven. That's what I'll tell you. We have had that experience, and it did not work out in our favor.
If you don't mind me, regale me with this tale of yours.
Well, obviously we brought back some wine. We had to, murder a bunch of druids. It was a thing. And then we got thirsty, and there were some ravens around. And apparently the ravens decided to share that information with everyone that they met. So, it was kind of a bummer.
Very interesting.
We did give those druids quite an ass whipping. It was a thing.
Well,
as you hear very close enough, that we did. Thrashed them good.
I think I have all the information I needed. Well, your tale was definitely harrowing. I appreciate you telling it to me.
You should have seen the tree thing. It was big. It was this big walking tree. Still around, as far as I know. It had just walked off, so I mean.
Well, maybe I'll.
Eyes open.
Maybe I'll recruit it for the circus. He chuckles.
That would be a show for sure.
Definitely a show. A tree that moves on its own. I mean, it's not unheard of. I do have a few tales about Trents in my time, but no, thank you. You've been very enlightening tonight. And I appreciate you coming over here, keeping me company.
So Jordan will bow deeply and be like, well, I think my friends are looking to. So if we can be of service to you in any way.
Hold one second, Doran. Is anybody else hearing him, robot? Is it just me hearing him, robot? Okay, it's just me. Let me jump out and jump back in. He was roboting for me, so let's see if this fixes it. Okay. Try again.
Now everybody robot.
Okay, Doran, go ahead and jump out and jump back in.
Yep. Doran was just going to, do a deep bow and then, thank him for his time and say if we can ever be of service, we're at his beck and call.
Well then, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that, and I will definitely keep you in mind. Please enjoy your evening. I know that I will. And about the time that that conversation ends, the twins that you were so eagerly asking about come in, and they're like, Danica, do you got any of that wine? Yes, yes, boys, we just got a shipment today. Come on up here and sit your asses at the bar. All right. And they're gonna go get some drinks.
As they're walking out, I literally, yell at them and say, "Hey, boys!" as I wave off to them.
Oh, hey, yeah, we met her the other night, remember? Oh, wasn't it just last night? Oh, I can barely tell. She bought us the wine the other night, didn't she? Yeah, she did. Oh, how can we forget? Oh, you'll have to excuse us. What was your name, ma'am?
Oh, it's okay. You boys were really, enjoying your drink. It's lunch.
Yeah, I apologize.
My name is Julia.
Oh, Julia. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Julia. Yeah, that's right, Julia. Yeah, pleasure, Julia. How's life been treating you? How you been doing?
Oh, helping out these poor, innkeepers. And guess what? I brought you some wonderful wine.
Oh, thank the heavens, or whatever is the semblance of heaven here. Oh, Julia, do you want me to buy you a glass or something? I mean, it's the least I could do. Oh, didn't we promise her something, Carl? Was there something you need, ma'am? I can't remember. It's been a long night that night.
Oh, one of you offered me to meet your mom eventually.
Yeah, I guess we could introduce you to Mother. When are you available?
Well, let me ask you this question. How drunk are you going to be tonight?
That depends. I mean, it depends. Are you wanting to come home tonight, or just kind of like gives you a side glance?
I would wish I could, but I have other business to do. But maybe tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, I mean, we're going to get hammered tonight then, if that's the case. I mean, I could have stayed sober for you for a little bit, but I get it. You're busy.
Oh, I'm not busy now. So if you wish to talk to me now, I would love to hear more information about your lovely tale.
Carl, why don't you go get some drinks? I'm going to sit here and talk to the lovely lady. Nikolai, I want to talk. No. And you can clearly see that Nikolai is trying to hog all the attention. Shall we find a seat elsewhere, or are you comfortable here?
I look at Dravos and go like, well, Dravos, I'm going to move over to this table, but I'll meet you upstairs later.
All right, I'm gonna be down here for a few more minutes finishing my meal, but if you need me, you know where I'm at. You know where my room is.
Of course.
Whoa.
And then I just say I was gonna stand up and then, feel a little bit more like up and personal with Nikolai.
Well then, lead the way, little lady.
And I lead them off to, one of the open tables a little bit farther away from the group.
Looks like there's a table there. Or we could, kick this guy off to the side and you guys could sit at the end of that table.
Let's do that part, the kicking him off the table.
Yeah, so you lead Nikolai over there, and he's like, allow me, and he, shoves him down that way and then takes a seat next to you. There we go.
Oh, such a gentleman.
I gotta be honest with you. I didn't think I was going to get this far. So, I don't really know what to talk about, but I'm an open book. What would you like to talk about?
Mind you, the whole time she's over there, Dravos is pretending to eat and just keeping an eye on him.
Make a perception check, and feel free to continue, Julia.
Well, here's the thing. On top of knowing about more you and your hobbies, what you like to do for your day, I
Well,
also would love to hear more about your mom, since you did mention that she is, well, one of the top dogs here, right?
yeah, well, I mean, if you want to talk about her, I mean, you know, that's what you're interested in. I get it, I get it, I get it. What would you like to know? She goes by Lady Wachter to most people, but I mean, there's certain things I can't tell you. You understand, right?
Oh, I understand, Mr. Nikolai. Do not worry, I just would love to know, well, is she a good mother to you? Has she, you know, done nice things for you?
Honestly, I try not to even pay her much mind these days. I know that sounds awful for a son and whatnot, but you know, she does her own thing. All I care about is spending a little bit of her money, getting some booze, and you know, just meeting fine people like you. Yeah.
Whoa! No, that is wonderful to know, because here's the thing is, I don't know if I told you more details about myself, but one reason why I was kind of curious about your mom is because I'm always up for looking for more research, as well as, you know, getting to know her very handsome sons.
Handsome, huh? Uh,
Maybe I'll do a little bit more research on you instead.
well, you know, we can research that in great detail. Yeah, but as far as what were you asking me about? I got lost in your eyes.
And with that, Dravos chokes a little on his steak, just for those. Oh, tried to go down the wrong.
Oh, I love Dravo. As I was about to say though, I would be kind of like, well, you never told me where you guys lived in the first place. You only told me about your mom. So,
Oh, well,
where are you guys at?
oh well, you know, there's a house, as most places are. Let me take a look here to see where in Valaki it is. N4, let's see here. For the stream, we'll know that it is not really far from here, if I'm not mistaken. I think N2 is the Blue Water Inn. So if that's the case, N4, it's we just live like a couple blocks away from here. Take a left out the Blue Water Tavern, go a couple streets over, take a left, and then you go up there. You'll see our manors, like right up there. Not not too far from here. Did you want to come over tonight?
Not tonight, but maybe a little bit later, because I don't know how your mom would feel about me going through your front door. You know, I think she would just see me as a harlot.
Well, you know, yeah, we wouldn't want to have her see you as a harlot. No. Kind of like shakes for a moment, getting his clearing on his mind. But you know, I mean, why do you want to meet my mom so bad?
Well, she seems to have a lot of information about this place. For one, I have tried so much to figure out all the things about the festival, and I had no luck.
What, that silly festival the Baron's been putting together week after week after week?
Yes, and I would love to know from her perspective why he continues to do that. You know?
Well, I mean, Mom can't stop a madman from being mad, can she? I mean, she's reached out to him before, tried to make peace with him and stuff like that, but, you know, it didn't fall through. Oh, you know, make a persuasion check at this point. He's in the middle of thinking of whether or not he wants to tell you this story.
I hope Roll 20 is going to be nice to me.
You can always give yourself advantage. Okay, you don't need it.
22.
So he kind of like chokes for a minute. He's like, "Can you keep a secret?"
Anything you tell me, I'll definitely keep a secret.
Star, where
Yes.
you going? Dravos would definitely be listening intently to this part. Or
Well,
trying.
okay, so here's the thing. Where you're at right now, a perception check won't help you. If you were to reposition yourself closer to the conversation, then you can make a perception check on it. because he's trying to get down
So,
into a
like,
hush
maybe
whisper.
like if I was going upstairs.
You could certainly try, but I think he would measure you as far as when to speak and when not to speak.
I'm gonna go up the stairs like I'm going to my room, and then just as soon as I get like to the top where like where it turns up to the stairs where there's the wall, and I'm gonna like post up right there and try.
Make a stealth check and then make your perception.
Alrighty.
So he pauses as his large dragonborn starts going up the stairs. He's looking left to right to make sure he's out of sight. You're out of sight. However, you barely hear anything because he gets into a hush whisper and he's like, all right, well, my sister, Stella. Okay, so listen, my mom tried to bury the hatchet, try to get along with him, and she offered to have my sister Stella marry the Baron's son, Victor. As she had her plans. My mom said. And anyway, Stella went there and, she found Victor to be kind of like cuckoo and showed no interest in her whatsoever. And then, for some reason, whenever Stella came back home, she started meowing like a fucking cat. Can you get the load of that nonsense? All she does is... Yeah, she just keeps jumping on the bed going... Meow, 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 meow. And then just the weirdest thing, I swear. But, and it kind of like gets into a louder tone. And none of that you could actually hear except for those strange meowing noises that he made. Bravos.
Okay.
So all you know is... You don't know. Maybe he was asking...
Don't cat.
Something about a cat with Julia.
I said...
Nikolai is a cat. That's what Dravos found out.
Yeah. He is part cat. He's the tabaxi we never had.
Too bad. I was saying too bad I don't speak cat.
Very, very bad. Terrible. Just terrible. But at any rate, that's the gist of that conversation, and you're just still kind of like staying poached up there, or what are you doing?
I'm going to continue to my room. Give me some shut-eye.
So yeah, he shares that little tidbit with you, and he's like, but yeah, she just went mad and just started doing all that thing, right? And then he's like, but my mom, seriously, like, she tries to have the best intentions, I guess.
Well, it sounds like you have a really good mom there then.
It kind of winces, but then he's like, well, what about you? What about your mom? How's your mom doing?
Oh, sadly, I only had a dad because, well, my mom sadly passed away when I was, a little bit younger.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not know. My apologies, ma'am.
Oh, do not worry. I do not remember her. Only my dad's stories.
Well, I hope they were all good.
Oh, I think it'll be mighty good. Especially if we get more of this wine. I'm waiting on your brother. Where?
Oh, I kind of told him to give us a little time alone in secret. But, hold on. I'll get us some wine, okay? Carl, bring us some wine over. And Carl, nods and says, all right. And he comes over with a pitcher and a couple glasses and offers you guys some wine.
I take that wine, and I take, the super smallest sips, but I still look like I'm drinking a little bit more.
All right. And, yeah, he takes half the glass and downs half of it and sets it down. And then that's, his way of pacing it, so he doesn't touch it for a little bit. But, yeah, do you have any further conversations, or is there something you're waiting on, or?
No, I'm going to try to just keep boarding these two up, get their trust a little bit more, and then maybe plan a night where they invite me over to their place.
I mean, it sounds like you got a date set, so... And he keeps on insisting, are you sure you don't want to come home with me? I mean, come on, we don't even need to meet
Oh, I
them.
wish I could.
Yeah. It's like, we don't even need to meet her tonight. I mean, I'll bring you over tomorrow, too, but... He's getting a little sloshed and a little bit slurs, like, yeah, come on.
Oh, I wish I could. I really wish I could. But
Oh.
the Dragonborn you saw walk by?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the sad truth is that he is, well, in a sense, my debt collector for, my late husband.
Oh, you were married?
I was forced to marriage, and then he died suddenly.
Well, that means you're available then, right?
Why, yes.
Well, debt collector, no. What's he got to do with you?
Well, let's just say that he had a very, 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 terrible dad that swindled him out of his fortune.
That sucks. Sure. Well, I mean, you're not seeing that Dragonborn, are you?
Oh, no.
Oh, well, okay. Why were we even talking about him? Hey, more wine, Carl! Calls his brother back
Yes,
over.
more wine.
And Carl,
How slosh is Carl? Because I feel like he's missing out on all the fun.
yeah, he's over there, been dealing with his strength. He's gonna make a perception check on you, though, to see, like, if you've been drinking, because he's over here refilling your glasses like he's the waiter. And he'll do it at disadvantage because he is a little slosh. So let's see if he notices. Nah, he doesn't notice a thing. So he comes over, fills him up, and then looks at your glass, kind of like fills you back to the top. It took only like 3 drops. And he's like, huh. And then he goes back to the counter as if pleased that he's going to be able to drink more because you didn't take much.
Well, I will finish this cup, and I'll leave you two blaze up. But how much gold have you guys already spent on your, drinks?
Don't worry about it. Carl's got it this time.
Well, let's say this then. Let's make a deal.
Let's
Tomorrow,
go. Yes, tomorrow.
if you come, I will pay for all the drinks.
I mean, don't have to say another word. You know I'll be here.
Oh, that's a shame, because the next words I was going to say is then you just take me off to your little abode.
Oh, well, we could do that too.
Well, I bid you good night then, as I take the drink upstairs with me.
Just for all sakes and purposes, make a general persuasion check. Alright, he just kind of like watches you go and kind of lifts his glass as you kind of like look down at him, and he looks up at you and he downs his drink and smiles the whole time that you're going up.
And when I finally get out of sight and a little bit closer to my room, I'm going to look for a spot to pour out the alcohol somewhere.
Alright.
To like Doran's horror, if he was able to see this.
It's Doran, you feel a disturbance in the force.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So let's see here. Like, if this was pouring out the window, like if you're here, it would be pouring probably somewhere out here. So you might even see it, Doran.
Do I get to do a perception check?
Sure, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Oh,
I'm well aware of where all the alcohol in the building.
Oh no! There's alcohol that is not hitting a glass or a stomach. What is this foul?
Oh my God. It is horrifying. Yeah, exactly. I just start. A little tear runs down my cheek, just like a little, very quietly.
And Rick Tavio calls from his seat. He's like, "Are you all right, Doran? You look a little lost there."
It's a difficult time for all of us. I understand. I'm trying to deal as best as I can.
Oh, you poor soul. I hope it gets better before it gets worse. Well, I bid you all adieu and a good night. And Rick Tavio also starts to turn in for the night. Are there any more nighttime shenanigans you guys want to pull off?
Probably could have bothered. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I want to see what's in that whatever I grabbed.
Oh, well, you find 3 gold and 5 silver.
Worth it. replace the gold I gave.
What was that?
That I replace the gold that I gave Dora.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Is that all you need to do
But
then,
I was
Murdoch?
just,
Yep.
Oh.
Red.
All right. Okay, go ahead, Julie.
I was just gonna say I was gonna stop over at Dravos's room.
All right.
So like do like a little knock knock on his little wooden door.
Here, I'll move you guys to the bedrooms. We'll put you right here. We'll put Dravos in that previous room. Here you go.
So Dravos would hear the knock on the door, and he would be like, "Enter." Now, when you open the door, you notice that Dravos has pulled off his like from the waist up of his armor, and is just like shirtless. But he looks fairly fit. Like he may have had a deer too many, but other than that, he's still fairly in shape.
Then I would say Julia would kind of like open the door and all of a sudden stop when she sees that, like a little stunned, because she never seen the Dragonborn body, kind of like that, and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry that I entered without checking if you're decent."
Come on in. I'm fine. I still have pants on. You're fine.
I close the door behind me.
All right. I take it you want me to close it. What?
So, oh, sorry. Do you want me to keep talking?
Yeah, go ahead. You're fine. I'm just closing the door behind you.
So, Dravos, I have a little bit of favor for you, or a favor from.
Me?
I might need you to come following behind me later tomorrow night.
Someone giving you problems?
No, but I think I would love to have some backup, as well as someone that can, look inside of things where I'm heading to, while I keep everybody else busy.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Now, here's the thing I'm going to tell you. If they see you or catch you, all you are is a debt collector for me.
Okay.
And
Well, okay.
and lastly, run for the hills.
Okay. And then I guess we just meet back here at that point.
We might have to meet a little bit farther, maybe at the church, just because tomorrow night you saw those two brothers. Yeah.
Yes, the one that was meowing like a cat.
Oh yes, the strange, not very attractive one.
Now I'm heartbroken.
But here's the thing. I'm good. I'm invited to their place, but not for a cup and tea.
Ah, I see.
So while I do the dirty deed, I'll let you look around because we're gonna go at a place called basically their little manor with Fiona.
Okay. And when you said go do the dirty little deed, under his breath you just hear Dravos, lucky bastard.
Trust me, I am not happy of this. I do not care for that sort of stuff, but I'm gonna use what I got.
I was talking about you being the lucky bastard.
Oh, I didn't know you were into that. Terrible joke.
I will put it this way, Julia. You are a very fine-looking young lady.
Well, thank you. But do you think we could also have Murdoch join in this? Because maybe you can convince him that if he helps you out, he could, snatch a few more gifts for himself.
Right. I'll have a word with him when he comes to when we get together in the morning.
Sounds like a plan. And I appreciate.
Draco leaning his silver sword up against the wall right next to the bed, and he just sits on the bed.
Well then, Dravos, I'm gonna bid you good night, and we have a lot of things to do tomorrow, don't we?
Yes, we do. But good night to you as well, Julia. Sleep well.
Oh, I will. Good night.
Night.
Alright.
Step out, and then I head straight to my room.
And as soon as she steps out, Dravos is going to go ahead and lay down and go to sleep.
Alright. There you go. Got you your room. Hey, you moved.
I had to. I felt tempted. I had to do this.
Fine, be that way. I see how it is. I'm ugly. I heard you. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so moving on. Downstairs, the rest of you. Baywin, Doran, Murdoch. Is there any other nighttime
I think
shenanigans?
it's bedtime. Yeah,
I think-
probably bedtime.
Did Murdoch already turn in? I can't remember. Is Murdoch muted again?
Murdoch did indeed turn.
Oh, you did go to bed?
Yes.
Okay. And, yeah, Doran, you turning in, and so is Baywin?
Yes.
Alright. Well, in that case, you guys go ahead and take the night's rest.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Now, before that, I'm gonna open a window. I'm gonna finally relax and drop to the sky. And then I'm gonna cast Find Familiar as a ritual
Alright.
before I head off to bed.
And what does your familiar look like?
Oh, it was the Blue Lady, but you
Oh, yeah,
mentioned that they would turn to a skeleton.
Oh, yes. So, as the lands of Barovia have a way of affecting things, it affects magic as well. So, your precious Freya, Lady of the Blue, becomes Freya, Lady of the White Bone. As this skeletal looking familiar that you're familiar with appears to you in a skeletal form.
I'm gonna look at this familiar and go like, you were prettier before. And I can't let you be seen in public now, so... And I'm gonna just talk to it saying like, we're gonna hide in my robes for now, okay?
And into your robes it hides.
Then after that, I go slumbering off to sleep.
Alright. Can I get a religion check from Baywin?
Absolutely.
There's a hill in your dream, and it is like the middle of the day at the start of this dream. Then all of a sudden it gets darker, darker, and darker until the light itself is pushed out, and then all you see is like a full moon gazing down on this tree that is on top of a hill, and it just hits you like a ton of bricks that it's like the nighttime or the dread of the darkness in this land is trying to push the very light essence out of you. You manage to get a long rest, but however, the dream just kind of like sticks with you in the back of your mind, like the lacking of the Morning Lord is attacking your psyche in some way.
Wow. Okay. I will, in the morning, I plan on going to the Church of the Morning Lord and praying as the sun rises. Then after that, I will head back to the inn, and I will share that dream with my companions.
As you make your way to the
Here to
church,
go ahead and spin hit die.
you don't have to spin hit die, you get full health. Don't you
Oh,
remember
yeah,
how
that's
long
right.
rest works? And you get half your hit die back if you already spent them.
Yeah, I got so used to us taking short rests, I had forgotten.
I'm not that mean now, am I? Alright.
No, I'm just forgot.
Alright. So I am being asked to do errands, and I am not happy with that notion in real life. So, let's see here. Do you guys want to just pick this up next week, or should we try to barrel through?
I mean,
Ready,
whatever
goods.
works for you.
Yeah.
It's a very RP session, so that's fine. I think we can call it whenever you want.
All right.
Yeah, really.
The DM
Whatever works
stuff
for you.
to do. DM has stuff to do. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hear this nonsense in the background? Probably not. All right, so what I'll go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and end it there tonight. And yeah, I will definitely take note that I need to still mess with you some more about the Morning Lord next week. But other than that, I hope you had a wonderful time tonight, each and every one of my players, and also the newcomer. I hope you had fun.
Absolutely.
And we will do this again next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central. Hopefully have a full schedule here for you. Tomorrow night, I plan on some variety streaming. Maybe we'll do some Jackbox Party, or maybe we'll just play a game. It'll be up in the air. Friday, 5 p.m. Central, we have our open roleplay session where not only our viewers who come in can join us, but we also have like a posting on Roll20 where we meet new players to come into the community, and we're going to try to grow from that as we have an open roleplay session that has like a lot of one-shot oriented events, but it still has its own storyline. So it's still a continuous story, basically about people who have been absorbed into the ethereal bleed of Elsperia and got spit back out, and now you're trying to remember who you are because this realm eats your memory. So you don't need a bio. Simple. And then we just go from there. We make a character. We have restrictions on Friday, so no summoners, no players that can create things that makes your turn even longer. There's some restrictions now to artificers. So with that, there are some restrictions on Friday. But if you enjoy how Friday is set up, you can join us for Sunday for sub only, where all of our subscribers can join us for a open roleplay session just set up for them. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel, make sure your Discord is linked to your Twitch, and join our Discord channel, and we'll be able to do that. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central, we have 3 campaigns where I host 2 of them. This is one of them. And we have another one that is hosted by Music, who has me as a player. By the way, the Sunday campaign is at 12 p.m. Central. I should have mentioned that. Good Lord, my memory being rushed. Can you believe this guy? But yeah, join us next week, Wednesday, for more Curse of Strahd. And hey, guys, say goodnight to Twitch and Facebook.
All right, guys.
Good night,
good night,
everyone.
Twitch. Good night,
Bye-bye.
Book, and thanks for joining us, Baywin.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
And with that, hang around, Mortos. We will raid somebody. But do you hear the calling?